80% of African Americans, stop pretending, cannot afford to come to Africa.
Wow.
How many people in America can afford to move to Africa in general? You know, even one of my friends was telling me his uncle was stuck in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And he had to get one of his family members to fly him out because he had no money left. What would be your ideal plan in moving to Africa for the long term, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Drew Liams. And if you know anything about me, you'd have known I've spent 3 months in Nairobi, Kenya. Now guys, in 2019, Ghana had the year of return.
Today, we are here to turn that door of no return into a door of return.
Now guys, I also heard that the government was giving away certain land to people, you know, just to help them to start. And they're still offering to have this program where you can still return to Ghana and you can still get your citizenship.
And I said I have the honor and privilege to restore to you your full rights as Ghanaian and African citizens.
Now guys, how many people in America can afford to move to Africa in general? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people want to move back to Africa, but a lot of people can't afford it. Now, I see this gentleman on the internet, and he was saying 80% of Americans can't afford to move to Ghana. I don't know where you get these stats from. Let me know your thoughts on this one, guys.
80% of African Americans, stop pretending, cannot afford to come to Africa.
Wow. Really?
I'm saying they cannot afford. They may want it in their heart, but America has them shoes, have them bootstrapped, tied. Because guess what? They have to pay mortgage every month. They have to pay their car note every month. They have to pay their insurance every month. They can't even watch DSTV unless they pay every month.
So guys, what this guy is trying to say is that, I don't know, most Americans are caught up in bills, living paycheck to paycheck. So they literally can't afford to move to Africa. Yes, they have the good mindset of doing it, but you know, it's too expensive. You know, as cheap as Africa look, it's too expensive. Especially like a place like Ghana. Ghana is very expensive, guys. Very expensive. Don't get it twisted. So he's saying, every time you get a check in America, it goes to bills. You know, America is like, the system is designed for you to fail. The system is designed for you to just continue working and working and working. And you could never really see what you're working.
Wow.
So how are you going to have money to say, let me go back and learn about my family, my history, my roots? When every month you have to worry about, I got to pay this. I got to pay. When do you get a break to think?
Wow.
But that's the system. This allows me to control you left, right. Because you never have time to stop and say, oh, how do I work on this, or where do I go from here? You don't have that time.
Because I think a lot of Americans are not thinking about moving to Africa, while there is a good proportion of Americans are thinking of moving to Africa, right? And I think moving to Africa is, if you see somebody moving to Africa or, you know, in Africa, from a diaspora, there's a consciousness that have awakened in them. You know what I'm saying, guys? The ordinary guy just not going to get up and move to Africa. It's some deeper thing. And while a lot of Americans can afford to go to Africa for a visit, living there full time is another thing, guys. You know, because yeah, things might look cheap at face value, but then the longer you live there, you realize you're probably running out of money if you don't have no residual income. So, do you guys think what this gentleman is saying makes sense?
When you live in America, most people, if they're being honest, on the first of the month, from the first to about the 20th, 25th of the month is when you finish paying your bills.
Wow. Wow.
You probably got about maybe 5 to 7 days in a month that you can actually think without thinking about paying the bill.
And then, guys, if you even put some money together and go to Africa, it might not be enough, because from some reports that I've heard, there's a lot of African Americans move to, Ghana, Gambia, Zambia, Zimbabwe. Even one of my friends was telling me his uncle was stuck in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And he had to get one of his family members to fly him out because he had no money left. You dig what I'm saying, guys? There's a lot of people who move to Africa from the diaspora, and while they have good intentions, they didn't do the math. They didn't have a residual income. Maybe they were, they didn't retire as yet, so they didn't have that monthly money coming in. What are your thoughts, guys? Do you think people should just move to Africa without a real good plan, just get up and go? Yeah, you can get up and go for a holiday, but what do you think? You think you should just move to Africa without having real income coming in, or you have a good pension, or you're pretty loaded? Because, year one, year two, year three, I heard people even moving back after 5 years, guys. They've been there 5 years, everything is going good, all of a sudden they run out of money. You dig what I'm saying, guys? I heard even people was there doing good, and then things just get bad for them. What are your thoughts, guys? Because, the problem is a lot of people think about Africa and they think that everything is cheap down there, especially they go down there. Everywhere you go for the first time, it looks good, looks new. It looks like, yeah, I can do this. What would be your ideal plan in moving to Africa for the long term, guys? I think, especially if you're a fit person, I think if you're gonna, you have some money in your pocket as well, I think you should have a plan of, let me do some business. Let me have something coming on. Let me be, a digital nomad, or, what I'm saying? I'm making money online, I'm teaching, I'm investing, or you go there and you do some physical farming, or you run a shop or something. I'm not gonna say everything is gonna work, but at least have a good plan. And the other thing is, guys, a lot of people move to Africa and they have it in the back of their mind, if this doesn't work out for me, I can move back home. And I think that's a bad mindset. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I'm not saying abandon everything home, but if you have that mindset of, okay, I'm just going to try this, and if it doesn't work, I go back home, you're going to fail. You are going to fail. You dig what I'm saying? Because you already moved to Africa with that mindset that, hey, this can go wrong. A lot of people move to America. They don't move to America with the mindset of this can go wrong. They move to America, I'm going to make it. You dig what I'm saying? And most people who move to America, they never move back home. They only move back home when they're retired. So why would you move to Africa with that mindset? I think, yeah, of course, they move to Africa because, they want to go back home and it's cheap. They think it's cheap or whatever. But yeah, Ghana especially is expensive. I heard countries like Benin and Sierra Leone, I heard these countries are giving away free citizenship, especially Sierra Leone. If you do a DNA test and it proves that you're from Sierra Leone, straight paperwork, no long thing. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of African countries, they are making it easier for us to come back home. I think I need to do my DNA test. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, have a good plan if you're going to move to Africa. Don't just get up and go. You dig what I'm saying? Because your money will go. Your money will go because everybody wants something. You have to pay for everything. You have to pay for everything, just like in the West. But the problem is when you go there, there's no wages there like in the West to keep you going. You dig? So you're going to have to live off the money you have. And it goes. If you're taking money from the bucket, you ain't putting it back, it's going to go dry. You dig? So guys, let me know your thoughts on what this guy said. Okay? What he said is so interesting, guys. I don't think he's disrespecting Americans. You know what I'm saying? I think he's saying it with a good place. Or he's saying, he's not saying it to disrespect anybody. Maybe he's just saying some facts that he knows, some big, I don't know. But from what I heard, a lot of people can afford and some people can't afford, While some people can afford to move there, but they can't afford to do it long term. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. your comments in the comment section, all right? Are you looking forward to move to Africa? Have you done it before? Did you fail? Or are you still, are you still there? You know what I'm saying? I want to know, guys. Let us know, because it would help the rest of us who want to move to Africa make the decision easy. You know what I'm saying? My personal, my thoughts on the whole thing: do it, but do it with a plan, good plan, and execute. Anyway, guys, I'm out for now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Stay blessed, stay in tune. One love. I'm out. Boop.